What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is gonna be Black Ink Crew. Hold on. What, season 5, episode 14. We on 15. Yeah, 14. Season 4, episode 14. Sorry about that. Um. So first of all, before I get started, let me just say that the MVP this episode is Jen, and we're going to talk about why. The runner-up is going to be Ashley, but only because Ashley is finally saying what needed to be said a long time ago. But she finally said it, so I'll give her credit for that. So we start off with them kind of rehashing what happened last week about why Lily walked out. Lily and Reese ain't been back to work. They didn't quit. Nobody know where they are, and of course they losing money because they're not in the shop doing tattoos. And Dawn is like, look, we need a reset button. We need to work together. We need to figure out a way that we come back together and get on one accord or whatever the situation is. And so with that being said, they decide they're gonna go to this adult summer camp, which I've heard of these before. I've heard of these adult summer camps where you sort of relive your teenage experience, but then of course they have adult things like they're gonna have a foam party, and of course you can have alcohol and stuff like that. So they all decide they're going to go. Everybody's going. They invited Reese and Lily. And Reese and Lily said they would come later on. They didn't want to ride with all of them down there. They would come on their own. All of the couples are there. 4 shows up. Nikki comes. She's late, but she does show up. And they're like, 4 is like, look, even though right now I'm not really working with them as a team, they're still my friends. And we do need to find a way to come back together after what happened in Jamaica. Yeah, I was pissed off. But we got to figure out a way to kind of get ourselves back, on the same page. So he's there. Van is there. He limping. Something wrong with his foot. His ass can barely walk. But he came. Jen came. Charmaine came with her boyfriend, old boy. They decided they're going to hold off on kids because they had that disaster of a dinner with the family. So they're going to chill for a minute. Ashley came with Dawn. Cobra's there. Danielle's there. But Terrence isn't with Danielle. But Danielle's there. Now, Terrence didn't go to Jamaica. And he's not on this trip. I find that interesting. But okay. So, they all go on a trip. And when they first get there, Dawn is like, all right, we got, we're going to pull a prank on the girls. Which is going to start this bonding process. Because they're going to have to bond to come up with something, to get back at us. And they decide that they're going to throw the girls' luggage in the water. And I was saying to myself, I don't know what kind of bonding you think about to happen when they see their fucking luggage in the water. When they see all their shit get wet. I don't know what kind of bonding that you think about to happen. And so he convinces the guys to do it. And you see all that. They got Van as the lookout because Van ass can't even hardly walk. He rolling down the hill and shit. And they throw the luggage in the water. And you see their luggage floating. So the girls start coming out talking about, where's our luggage? Where's our luggage? And they see their luggage in the water. And Cobra gets in the water. She's like, all my fucking equipment is in my bag. And they're like, it's going to be all right. It's cool. It'll dry out, They get the luggage out the water, open up the luggage, and it's empty. Because I ain't going to lie, y'all. They had me. I was like, Dawn, this has got to be the dumbest shit. This is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Like, I can't believe that you think that this is a good idea to throw their fucking clothes in the water. But I didn't even think they had actually emptied out the suitcases before they did it. They went into the cabins, emptied out the suitcase. So the girls were like, oh, we got to get them back. We got to get them back. So we see the girls kind of plotting on how they're going to get them back. And that's when Lily and Reese pull up. So Lily and Reese pull up. And Lily is like, look, I just felt like y'all didn't have I feel like the other night y'all was showing love. And, she said your love affair for Junior. I don't feel like y'all had my back. And then Reese was like, Dawn, maybe that wasn't the right time for you to talk about how you got Junior's back. Like, maybe that just wasn't the appropriate time. So Van is asleep. Van took some medicine for his foot. And he is knocked out. So Jen is like, look, what I don't understand is we have said multiple times that Junior was wrong. So what I'm not understanding is why are you acting like we done double crossed you or something, because we said that Junior was wrong. But the problem is, she didn't say this, this is what I'm saying. The problem is now that everybody has seen the tape and realized that Junior didn't hit you, that Junior didn't hit Reese, they're like, okay, we had your back, but You were saying Junior hit you, and he didn't. And the tape clears him of that. And so when we break it all the way down, Lily, you started the shit. Because, yeah, Junior was being an asshole, but Lily, you got physical first. And then the brawl erupted from there. So, of course, Lily is like, I don't even understand why you talking. What you got to do with this? You don't work in the shop. You don't have nothing to do with what's going on in the shop. So I don't even understand why you talking. And Jen was like, Jen, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say because Van ain't here and I'm gonna be his voice and I gotta hear this shit when he come home from work every day. So I know what he frustrated about. And so then Lily turns to Charmaine talking about, and I really don't care what you got to say. I'm not going to bow down to nobody's egos because you don't even do tattoos. So you don't even have nothing to do with this. So Charmaine was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought why are you turning on me? I thought we were cool. She was like, and Charmaine really wasn't. Charmaine wasn't trying to start no problem. She was trying to calm everybody down. She really wasn't. So Charmaine got upset. She got in her feelings. I mean, what Lily said wasn't wrong. Charmaine doesn't do tattoos, but y'all know Charmaine feels like she's sort of like the backbone of the business. Like, I am running the business. Like, I'm the backbone of the business. And so it hurt her feelings when she felt like she was being reduced to just, you don't do shit and this don't have nothing to do with you. So she got really emotional. I think Charmaine might really be pregnant because I don't see what Lily said that was any worse than what Lily would normally say, and I don't see why you would get that upset. But, okay. So Dawn is trying to calm everybody down. So Lily decides, you know what? I'm going to show everybody how loyal everybody is. So she starts talking about how Jen and Charmaine be sitting around talking about Ashley. And Ashley was like, what? Whoa, what? What are you talking about? Well, they be talking about your wig and they was talking about this, talking about that. Ashley was like, okay, so my wig look good. So whoever talking about my wig, they just some haters, But she's trying to start shit with... she's trying to cause strife within the group. And so, Ashley was upset. Ashley was like, well, who been talking about me? So Charmaine and Danielle, they came back. They had left when Charmaine went off crying. So Charmaine and Danielle, they come back and they start talking about, they were like, we never talked about Ashley. Like, Lily, what are you talking about? Like, we don't sit around just talking about Ashley. Like, we may have made some comments about her hair or her wig, but that's what women do. Like, we not sitting around having no long-term conversations about Ashley. Like, it's not that serious. So that was sort of a dud because it didn't turn out the way you wanted. I think you thought that Ashley and Jen would start fighting or arguing or something, and it ain't even come down like that. It didn't even happen like that. So then Lily and Reese were like, you know what, forget it. We done with this, forget it. And they go off, they done bought a tent. And they done pitched the tent out in the damn grass next to the bunks. And they gonna sit out there. Reese ass, nasty ass, gets naked. Talking about, have you ever heard of Naked and Afraid? She gets naked and starts running around. Butt ass naked, no shoes, no nothing, in the middle of the night out here in the goddamn woods. What the fuck is wrong with you? And Lily, she took off her shirt and stuff, but she didn't get all the way naked. At least they didn't show that on the camera. So the next morning, I think everybody thought that they left, but the next morning they see them out there in the tent. Now, something that was funny, Dawn woke up first and all the guys were asleep or fake sleeping because Van looked like he was smiling, so I don't know if they was asleep for real or they was fake sleeping. But while they're sleeping, Dawn plays an alarm. It sounds like a car, a police car alarm or ambulance. They didn't move. I said, you could tell they from the city because that shit didn't even make them open their eyes. They ain't roll over. They ain't say nothing. You could tell they used to hearing that shit in their sleep. They didn't even blink. It ain't move them at all. But anyway, so they all get up. Dawn was like, look, last night didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but we got a lot of stuff planned for today, so we ain't going to let no monkey stop this show. We're going to keep bonding. We're going to keep trying to do what we came here to do. So they go zip lining. They're all, doing the climbing the wall and doing the zip lining. Poor Cobra, she can't even get up on the wall, but I can't even say nothing because my ass probably wouldn't have been able to get over that wall either. But the difference is I wouldn't have done it on TV. But she was a good sport about it, and they were all having a good time and stuff. That's when Nikki showed up, and so while all of this was going on, Reese and Lily They went horseback riding because, of course, they're still there, but they're not hanging out with the loyal ink crew. Van hobbles. Now, see, I didn't like what Van did. Van hobbles his ass over, and he's basically kissing Lily's ass, Lily and Reese's ass, and he's like, "Look, you know." And he talking about something, you got to learn how to finesse. You got to finesse Lily. You got to finesse Lily. No, the fuck you don't. I'm sorry. Rewind. Let me go back to the fight with Jen. The reason why Jen, I forgot the whole reason why I said Jen was the MVP. Reason why Jen is the MVP is because Jen said what needed to be said. She said, nobody is taking up for Junior. We said Junior is wrong, but y'all need to start taking responsibility for y'all's part in this. And that was the biggest thing that y'all know I've been saying that all along. Like, Lily, you won't take ownership of nothing you have done. And in the interim, when they got done with the argument, by that time, everybody was like, fine, fuck it, let them quit. We don't care. Like, we are sick of it. And I feel like I told y'all before, they should have fired her ass when she attacked Danielle unprovoked. And then 2 weeks later, punched the shit out of Charmaine unprovoked. That, she should have been fired then. They should have voted her ass off the island then. So the fact that Jen had to be the one to say what everybody else should have said was basically, she was right. Yeah, Junior was wrong, but when are y'all going to take responsibility for what y'all did and y'all's part in all of this? And they're not doing that. So back to Van. So Van, he hobbles all over there talking about some, I don't appreciate what Jen did, and I don't co-sign what Jen did. She don't know how to always say the right things, and she's inappropriate at times. But she doesn't bring any value to the shop. She's not making money for the shop, and y'all are bringing value to the shop, and we need y'all there. We need y'all, at the shop. To continue to, help what we built. He's giving them all the song. He's basically kissing their ass and saying, we need y'all, we need y'all, we need y'all. Come back, please come back, please come back. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not kissing their ass. And then it was bad enough that he threw Jen under the bus, talking about somewhere, she was out of turn. I don't appreciate what she did. I'm here to talk to y'all myself. She doesn't speak for me. But then he gonna flip on that and say, well, Charmaine, she don't bring no value to the shop either. Oh, Van, that was wrong. I ain't like that, Van. I ain't like that. I understood you were talking about who actually is bringing money into the shop, but to say that Charmaine doesn't bring any value to the shop, I have a problem with that. I don't like the fact that you said that. So he convinces them to show up later on that night to try to talk one more time, to try to resolve the whole issue, whatever. And they're like, all right, we'll come. So then we see Don, and one of his little gestures to try to get Ashley back. He done got Nikki and Four, and he said Party City's Finest, to help him decorate one of the pavilions. He's got lights, and he's got pictures of him and Ashley through the years, and flowers, and tiki torches, and all these great. It was nice and pretty and romantic and all of that. But here's the problem. Don, you have to understand that you fucked up. And you can't force Ashley to forgive you faster than she's ready to forgive you. And that's, Ashley sort of went off, and that's what she was trying to tell him. She was like, look, you can't, I appreciate everything you're doing. I appreciate all the effort that you're making to try to get back with me. But what you have to understand is, I will do this when I'm ready to do this. And you can't make me move any faster than I'm ready to move. And so Ashley finally gave it to Dawn. And she said it point blank. She said, what you got to understand is you used to fucking up and me just forgiving you with no problem. And this time, I'm not doing that, and you don't know what to do. You think I'm supposed to just... And that's the problem. He's been conditioned that way. Every time Don fucks up, Ashley just forgives him without making him go through any problems. And that's what he's used to. So he don't get it now when Ashley's not falling to his arms every time he does something nice and romantic, and she not falling into his arms. And, they have a moment, she's screaming and hollering and telling him he need to just let his pride go and understand. Like, they doing that whole back and forth yelling at each other thing or whatever. But when it's all over said and done, they kiss. Don, he's mad, but I think he accepts what Ashley's saying. I don't think he liked what Ashley's saying, but I think he finally accepts what Ashley's saying. And Ashley even said, you can't keep, pretending in front of the cameras and acting like you all this big romantic dude and, in front of the cameras. So that makes me think that, maybe he ain't doing everything. Like when the cameras are off, that he's still on some fuck shit. I don't know. But she said that a couple of times about him being in front of the camera and acting one way in front of the cameras and doing something different. But like I said, they end up coming together and kissing, and I guess make everything is all good, whatever. So then last night at the little weekend retreat is a foam party. So they all in the foam dancing and, doing what you do at a foam party and stuff. So Lily and Reese show up and they are fully expecting like apologies. Like they think that Van has invited them so that they can get these apologies for what they feel like they were portrayed because everybody was supporting Junior, which is not what happened. But nobody's apologizing to y'all. Like, at this point, they're pretty much done with you. Like, they're not apologizing. And so, Van, of course, is trying to play, kumbaya and all of that. And he's trying to get everybody to be on the same page and everybody to understand. And when Lily starts realizing that she ain't about to get what she wants, that she not about to get her apology, she starts flipping out on Van. Because what happened was, Jen started doing this again. And when she started doing this again, because Jen was like, fuck these bitches. Cut them, be done with it, and let's go. Like, I don't understand why we still kissing their ass. And of course, Lily starts talking about, I don't understand why you don't have nothing to do with this. This don't concern you. This doesn't have nothing to do with you. Well, of course, Van is not going to throw Jen under the bus to her face. So Van really don't have a whole lot to say at this point, because he's trying to be nice about it, but y'all know he ain't gonna go but so far with Jen, because he know Jen crazy as shit. So what ends up happening is, just like the night before where Lily tried to start some drama between Jen and Ashley, now Lily starts talking about she got receipts, talking about I ain't even gonna say nothing about you, Van. Van was like, what? Well, I don't want to mess you up. Van was like, you can't mess me up. What you got to say? So she starts talking about how Van came to her apartment one night and he kissed her. She was like, and I let him kiss me. And this was before y'all broke up. It didn't go any further. And that's why I've been sort of keeping my distance, because, I knew that wasn't right. It wasn't right. Van was laughing. Van was like, what? So Jen is listening. I don't think Jen believes it, but Jen is listening to her. So Jen gonna turn to Van talking about something. So did you kiss her? Van was like, what? She was like, did you kiss her? Van said, no, I didn't know. Like, she's crazy. I don't know what she's talking about. Now, honestly, I think Van did it. I do. Because Van was like, if I wanted to hit it, I would have hit it. Like, no. But I think Van did kiss her. I don't know if Lily's timeline is accurate. But I believe Van did it. I do. I kind of do. But it's like now, Lily, now that you're not getting what you want, now you're just throwing dirt and you're just trying to cause problems. You're just trying to throw shit out there. So her and Reese leave. They walk away. They end up leaving. They drive straight to Chicago, drive straight to the shop, clean up their space, pack up all their shit, turn their keys in, and they roll out. They're like, we're done, we quit, whatever. And what's interesting is next week we see a scene with her and Ryan where she's basically asking Ryan for a job. The other thing I find very interesting, Loyal Ink, real Black Ink Crew, they film almost in real time. Like, when they were I told y'all before, when they were in Jamaica, I saw all that stuff on Facebook, on Instagram and Snapchat, like, only like 2 or 3 weeks before we saw the episode. And for reality TV, that's a pretty quick turnaround. So, this week on Instagram, Jen and Lily have been getting into it to the point where Jen showed up at Lily's house. She videotaping from outside of Lily's house, talking about come on, Lily. Come on out, Lily. Let's talk. Let's resolve this, Lily. Come on, Lily. I was like, Jen go fuck Lily up. So, it's some shit going on, y'all. But next week look like it's going to be a pretty interesting episode. I'm pretty sure we're close to the season. I really thought this was the season finale. But I saw previews for next week. So it looks like it's a couple of interesting things coming down the pike. But I ain't mad about seeing Lily or Reese go. First of all, I ain't never liked Reese. And Lily, I already told y'all Lily ass should have been fired. Ain't no way in the world Lily ever would have had a job. She would have never still had a job doing the shit that she did. Like I said, when she attacked Danielle unprovoked, I mean, that was horrible. And then she turned around and did the same thing to Charmaine. Now Charmaine was running her mouth, but it was nowhere, like, it didn't warrant the reaction that Lily gave. But with Danielle wasn't even doing nothing. Danielle was sitting on the couch. I mean, they were arguing, but Danielle wasn't even in her face. So, like, she wasn't even close to her. So, there was no need for none of that to go down. So, anyway, y'all, we'll see how this work out next week, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all think about this. Peace.